we focused on, what you need to do, the 5 things you need to do if you're buying a home in spring 2018. We've had new construction builders on the show for years, and they've given us their insight and feedback. And now, one of the challenges we're running into is that new construction isn't keeping up with demand, and everyone keeps saying, why aren't they building more homes? Why aren't they building more homes? And so I want to kind of put this out there so to put it into perspective. I promise you that Lennar and D.R. Horton and MI Home, all these builders, all of them, okay, doesn't matter who it is, all of them want to build more homes.
Absolutely.
They want to make more money. They want to have better stock prices. They want to generate more revenue, make more profit. They do that by building more homes. Here's the problem. The problem is there's a major labor shortage. They can't find enough skilled labor to do a good job because there aren't enough people going into that industry anymore. So fewer and fewer people are saying, yeah, I'd really like to, to put on a roof.
Right.
Yeah, I'd really like to be an HVAC installer. So you have more and more challenges with subcontractors. Homes take longer to build, and they can't create more inventory because there's a shortage of workers. The other thing that we have is I talked to a couple of local builders, and they said that some of their subs moved to Texas. When the Houston had their problems, there's so much renovation work, and the prices that the insurance companies were paying were so great that it just didn't make sense for them to keep working here. They're like, look, we're going to move to Texas.
Makes sense.
We're going to go there. There's enough work for us, and they're paying better wages. So, the challenge is that there's just there's not enough labor out there, and you're starting to see builders doing classes. Teach people to become a contractor. What it's like to be a contractor, rising labor. But to put it into perspective, there were 250,000 unfilled construction jobs at the beginning of the year. The unemployment rate for the industry was 7.4% in March. That's significantly higher than the national unemployment rate of just 4.1%.
Wow, almost double.
Yeah, the dearth of construction workers is slowing down all stages of the business. Many home builders and the National Association of Home Builders agrees. Instead of being able to find workers as quickly and daily, sometimes it's taking some builders 8 to 10 weeks, and they're paying drastically more. So there's a lot of challenges with that. There's immigration policy challenges that are affecting it. There's even some that have an opinion that the opioid epidemic is causing problems to the labor shortage. But nonetheless, there's a need to find the next generation of laborers. And with the economy where it is and different things happening, a lot of people, vocational educations have not seen as many people moving into the skilled trades. So they're retiring, or fewer people are waiting in line to take their place.
Yeah, it seems like, and this might be a little judgmental, but a lot of the younger population too doesn't really want to work. So there's probably not a lot of people that are wanting to do manual labor, for instance.
No doubt about it. And I think that's it's unfortunate, but it's what is causing the downside. You just can't find. We're not able to find in our current population enough workers to do that. So that's really at the root of the problem with new construction and creating inventory right now. Is there's just not a lot of labor out there for people to find. So if you get frustrated at how long a builder is taking to build your house, I promise you, they don't want it to take that long. It is not their intention to take that long. They are doing everything they can to find labor. It's just not out there. And I notice it too. Here's an example. I used to be able to drive, and I would never hire in this way, because for me, I'm a firm believer in doing everything the right way, and permitting and hiring licensed people and people that I've worked with before and people that do a lot of business with us. But if you would drive, a couple of years ago, you drive through the Home Depot or Lowe's parking lot, there were people out there just waiting, ready to work.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yep.
I can assure you that if you go do that now, that same amount of people ain't out there hanging out waiting for work. They're working. They're working somewhere.
Right.
And so the day labor, the subs, the ability to find people to do some of those side jobs. We get customers that get frustrated because they're in the process of selling their home and they have some little minor $500 repair that has to get addressed to make the buyer happy. And despite having great contractor relationships and people that do this stuff all the time, we're not able to always fulfill that need, and sometimes it takes going out and searching around to find somebody that can turn that labor around quick enough, because there's just such a shortage of labor. There just aren't enough people out there willing to do the work. So where in the past we might have said, oh, well, we'll be able to get somebody out there tomorrow. Now it's like, we can't get somebody out there for 4 weeks.
Yeah, sometimes it does, and it can slow down the whole process, unfortunately, and it's just kind of the market that we're in right now.
Yeah, and I think people just have to understand that that's the market of the moment right now.
Right.
There's light inventory, labor shortage, all kinds of challenges. But overall, though, it still points to a real estate market continuing to be healthy for a pretty extended period of time.
It keeps it strong for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I'll say on the flip side of that too, with the shorter labor, and you kind of mentioned it, having to pay them more, it's kind of costing or making that new construction cost
Go up
a little bit as well.
Right, because they have a margin. They got Wall Street people. They got to return a certain amount of profit, and if they're not able to do that, then what happens? They got to pass that cost on. So
Right.
that's one of the challenges of the labor shortage that we're seeing right now. So, Mike, if you're someone out there that's thinking about buying new construction, and I think you probably know the answer, and the builder says, we can get that home completed in 6 months. What do you tell them about when that home's going to be completed?
Expect a little bit longer.
Expect a substantial amount
Right.
longer is the easy, and again, if it's done early, or if it's only a little bit past the 6 months, congratulations.
Right.
But they're forecasting out and expecting to be able to, expecting to be able to, turn that house around that quickly. They're basing it on information that isn't available to them right now. That labor shortage continues, and guess what?
Right.
The house isn't completed on
Well,
time.
in our area too, especially, and we're starting to get into that season. One thing that they can't predict is the weather. We're getting to the point where it's going to start raining.
We're gonna get some hurricanes. and-
Every day we're going to get our storm, which cuts away from the time that
Yep.
they can work on the
Yep.
house.
Yep.
The labor shortages, being able to get material to them.
Yep.
There's so many different factors that can delay that new construction.
Here's one thing I want to tell you. This isn't just related to new construction. This is